Well, here's the video 3 of the Morris Traveller restoration. Here you can see I've cut out part of the inner wing because that was all corroded, and I have a new piece ready to go in there. I've also replaced this edging here, which was rusted away, so that's welded in. The part of the wheel arch was all corroded, so I've replaced all that, made a new section, put that in. The bottom of the inner what they call a kidney sort of piece here was all corroded, so I'm just working on a new piece to go in here to replace that was rotten. This panel here that goes across is spot welded onto this. In fact, I'll show it. The panels here actually. You can see how this piece fits in there like that. That'll all get welded up and in due course, but I'm not ready to put that in yet. This is the important hinge panel, and this is what holds the weight of the doors. So these have got to be not only strong, but they've got to be perfectly aligned to make sure the doors close properly and get you good shut lines. So I spent a lot of time getting this straight. So the top half is original because I wanted to keep that. It's good and it's strong and it provides a reference. The bottom half of these always rust, so I've cut out all the rusty bit and I had to buy a whole new panel and put this new section in here. If you see from the front, this is the new section here that I've welded in. So this is now good and strong. A new part here I've had to fabricate, and that's going to get plug welded in. Originally these are all spot welded in the factory, but I don't have a spot welder. So what you do is you just drill holes, and you can simulate a spot weld by a technique called plug welding. So basically you drill a hole in the first metal, then you weld through to the metal behind, and it produces a good strong weld, almost identical to spot welding. So that's what all these holes are here. So this will all get fastened up. Moving on to the sill. This is the lower outer sill, which is aligned with the hinge panel. And it goes back to the B-post, and then this is called a boxing plate here. This is all again all lined up, and then there's an inner sill, inner top sill, which then goes onto the new floor area. But it's all loose at the moment. Then there's another part of the inner bottom sill. Has to go on there, but that can go on later. It's a multi-dimensional jigsaw, is this, making sure everything gets aligned, because if you don't get it lined up properly, the doors will never fit properly. Even I've got the bracing in to stop the car moving, you've still got to be very careful, make sure everything's lined up. So moving back, now I know that I've got the front end roughly lined up, I can now progress to the back, and I've got some datums now, something to work with. I'm going to cut out all this rusty metal here, and I've got new panels to put in, which will line up with this new boxing panel here and this new outer sill. Once they're done, then I can start work on replacing this rusty B pillar here. So it's just taking your time, a little bit at a time, steadily away. If you don't try and do too much at once, otherwise you lose all your reference lines and it becomes a nightmare trying to get it all lined up again. So just a little bit at a time, and away you go. Okay.